Welcome to Up and Adams. Mike Renner making an appearance on the show. We love to see him. We're going to talk about Odell Beckham Jr., of course, Conrad Company joining me. I was just told that you're headed to Vegas, so I doubt I'll ever see you again after this week.
You might
don't
not.
Seem like a boy I would trust loose in Vegas.
I mean, you can see me right now, just in live. You know, this is what it's going to be like for the next 4 days for me once I get to Vegas. So yeah, we're about to have a lot of fun.
Here's my question. Should we, as a show, just broadcast from Las Vegas, or from Live? Now, you're going to Vegas. Live, of course, is in Miami. Dave Grutman, can we maybe set up a booth, an operation? Because you have these, like, people who are at Live that are seeing Al Lazard, and they're like, let me become, like, 15 minutes of fame, upload this. And yesterday, I don't know if we can cue it up, Sarushi and Richard back there in the control room, we got, you know, this footage of Lamar Jackson and Odell Beckham Jr. both in Miami for whatever reason. Lots of players train there, lots of them hang out there. And here they are with the Live sign. The Grutman marketing continues. By the way, if we can just keep playing this on a loop, could people look like they're having less fun?
Less fun, right?
It says, welcome Lamar and OBJ. Look at them.
I didn't know you could even smoke in the club. You got Lamar, you got OBJ. There's a guy smoking in the club, and nobody is having any fun.
I mean, Odell's sort of singing and dancing. It kind of looks like he's blowing the smoke away from him because it looks like it could be coming from him, but it's not. It's the guy. They don't look like they're having that much fun, huh?
I mean, listen, if I just signed for $18 million, I'd have a little bit more fun, but maybe that's what Lamar's waiting for, his contract to get done, and then he can have the fun.
Here's the bottle service girls.
That'll be a $10,000 tip, please.
And they'll get it, and Odell Beckham will be paying for it, not Lamar Jackson. Who do you think's picking up that tab? They're probably still walking out of Live right here. 11 a.m. on the East Coast. They're going to get their breakfast down there in Miami, and Odell Beckham Jr. will be paying and picking up that tab because he sits out all of last year. He decides to ink the deal with the Ravens. People are saying, oh, he chose to go to Baltimore over the Jets, as of course the reported two teams interested, and we love to see it, but he didn't choose to go there because he's picking Lamar over Aaron Rodgers or he's picking the city of Baltimore or the Super Bowl chances. They waived $18 million in front of him. And it was announced adorably, in true Kay Adams love fashion, his son Zayden wearing Lamar Jackson's number 8 jersey with just the caption "Flock." This was how they announced the news. So here's the deal. It's a 1-year situation worth up to $18 million. And here's the details. And then we can talk about how you cannot love it. There's a signing bonus north of $13 million, $1.15 million base salary, $3 million in reachable incentives. I'd like to know what those are. I'm sure a lot of them have to do with availability of him being on the field. But excellent job by Odell. Excellent job by him saying, I don't want $4 million. That's too low. I don't want 20. That's too much. And banking what could be an $18 million 1-year situation is really beautiful. And I've said on the show multiple times, I love the Ravens. I want to love the Ravens. I love the people of Baltimore, one of the most fervent and best fan bases. I want Lamar to get paid, but what are you doing? And it's not just this year. It's not just on this show. I said it back on Good Morning Football all the time. DaCosta getting a lot of criticism, and him responding to that criticism by saying, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep hitting on receivers, even though he had his own receivers, like Rashad Bateman being critical right back, in saying, you have to surround us with better talent. That's what Lamar needs. Lamar is a quarterback in Baltimore who's only 26, who's already an MVP. And I asked the question last week, what if he's even better than this? What if he can take his game to a whole other level? Roman's gone, Monken's in there, and Odell objectively is a huge upgrade. You bring in Aguilar, he's got some drop issues, consistency issues, and of course you have the health, which will be a concern really with this whole team, offense, defense, and Odell Beckham Jr., who I believe has played 8 seasons in the NFL and has stayed healthy and has played in 16 games, now it's 17 games, of course, but 16 games just twice. But he's bringing Super Bowl pedigree. He's bringing work ethic to this team. Lamar's excited about it. You're seeing it at the club. You're seeing screenshots of them as they FaceTimed each other to the news. It was reported that there were conversations that they had through the offseason about let's win a Super Bowl, let's win a championship here. And now the pressure is on because it's get Lamar the support. This is a big swing, and they're not done. They've only got 5 picks in the draft. We'll discuss that with Mike Renner as he'll get us set for that. But don't also underestimate the influence that the new offensive coordinator, Todd Monken, had on this happening and the pressure on him now to get it done. Let's not forget, he was the OC back in Cleveland in 2019. That's the last time we saw Beckham put up over 1,000 yards. And we went back and we found what Monken said about the Super Bowl winning wide receiver back at his introductory press conference. This is in February, Monken taking over things for the Ravens.
He's like every skilled player. He's no different. I don't know why everybody gets pissed off. Like, he wants the ball. Well, really? Like, I don't know where I've been where a great player didn't want the ball. I didn't know where a basketball player didn't want shots or a baseball player didn't want to get bats. That's what they want. They want opportunities to showcase their ability. I think it's awesome.
I mean, Conrad, get in here. The Ravens didn't have a single wide receiver with over 500 yards last season. They don't bring back Demarcus Robinson. They bring in Aguilar, okay? So now what you're seeing is a guy who's put up much more than that, who's hopefully healthy, though they're going to have to account for that. And if he does nothing else but open up the offense more for Mark Andrews, who should ball out, he's one of the best tight ends in the National Football League, that might be enough. And it's certainly, yes, an overpay. It's a lot of money. It's potentially $18 million. It's a $13 million signing bonus. That's fine. You can do that when it can ensure you, as the Ravens, with what you want. You want to show Lamar Jackson is there in some sort of stalemate. I mean, Lamar could sign today. Lamar could sign this week. Lamar might wait till July to figure this out. But it's a little, we want to, I'm not going to marry you, but let's get a dog together. Like
totally.
We're not coming to terms, but I do care about you. Like, here's a room in my house. Here's a little, like, I'll give you the key to my house or whatever. Those little things that sort of make it softer to deal with, because the truth is the leverage that Lamar Jackson has right now is just not showing up. I'm not going to play on this tag. But Odell Beckham Jr. maybe, as we're seeing, he's excited about it, maybe gives me, as a Ravens fan, some confidence that at least for 2023, everything might be okay.
No,
and that's worth the money. What do you think, Conrad?
No, I think you're totally correct. There's only one other name out there that I think you could have brought to Baltimore that could have kind of sufficed to make Lamar feel a little bit better about the situation coming back, and that would have been DeAndre Hopkins, right? Which is still out there. Could you imagine, even if they brought him in too as well? But OBJ, I don't think it was an overpay in my opinion, because he was the top-rated guy on the board, and that's the kind of guy you needed to bring in, to bring Lamar back in. Like you said, hey, that puppy you always wanted, it's at home now. We have something for you. We have more weapons.
Yeah. I would feel better about it. From a perspective of, there's a lot of going on Twitter, like, there's no question that Lamar is signing his deal, that it's done. Odell isn't coming there unless he knows that. Well, like, if it was a $4 million deal, then I'd feel good about that. But the fact is, the Jets weren't coming near. I mean, the market value of this, what was it? Alan Lazard got 11 mil. That was it. Like, the market, he blew it out of the water. So I don't know that Odell cares who his quarterback is when you wave that kind of money in front of him. Obviously, they want it to happen. They are going to juice each other up to go try to win a Super Bowl. I don't think they can be done, though, because of some of the durability issues. So, yes, you've got Mark Andrews there. You've got Odell Beckham, and you've got Nelson Aguilar. You've got Rashad Bateman, who's also hopefully healthy. On paper, though, I want to see them keep going, right? They've got these 4 or 5 picks, and they love their running back, and they can say that they love J.K. Dobbins and this entire thing, but, like, Zay Flowers is out there. You and I talked in the morning call. Jordan Addison, we're going to talk to Mike Renner about this, because I still think maybe it's not at 22, and it'll be interesting to see, like, do they try to trade down if they're not in love with somebody there because they want more picks, and that's, we're all hearing about how this is a thing to be won this year in the mid-rounds anyway. It'll be interesting to see them continue to hopefully bolster the offense and bring in these wide receivers. But for now, DaCosta, excellent work. You brought in the biggest fish that was out there. You're going to open up the offense. Todd Monken clearly knows how, and has an affinity for and wants to support Odell in any way that he can. So at least I feel better about the offense, and I feel better about Lamar this morning eating pancakes at some diner after being at Live all night, looking like he's not having any fun, and thinking about this year, maybe even in a vacuum. And maybe not, it's not fair. And I'm sure they're going to continue to try to work something out between the two sides, and hopefully that gets done. But things are feeling at least a little bit better this morning. All right. And shout out to, Liv. Liv just all over the NFL racket this year. All right. Let's talk about other. Oh, they want to go to break. All right, we're going to wrap to break. We got lots to get to on the show. We got Mike Renner on the program. We got to get to Joe Burrow being demonstrative. That was really weird. And the Masters. Spieth didn't win, but what a show in Augusta. We'll break it down after this.